Hello, welcome to my creative critical reflection, better known as a CCR. My name is Dairon Pena, and my candidate number is 7347. This is my magazine named Knockout. This is a martial arts magazine, which I was really interested in. And in this magazine, I decided to use and include high contrast bold colors such as red, black, and white to give a more aggressive appearance to my magazine. This aggressive appearance contributed to the style of my articles, which is martial arts. And martial arts are typically aggressive, but you may be wondering, why did I decide to do this? Well, it wasn't only for the aggressiveness of the martial arts, but also the impact it had on pop culture. So I had a pop culture inspired aesthetic towards my convention, which fit in greatly. As for representation it has within the community, my magazine emits themes of discipline, resilience, and respect across cultures. I chose this theme of an article because of my personal passion for the project. Martial arts is something which was made as part of human evolution and is still being expanded over its own evolution. Martial arts started gaining traction in pop culture with the uprising of acting legends such as Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. These popular and talented actors gave so much love towards martial arts that they became martial arts legends too. To conclude, my magazine represents a beautiful culture which is martial arts. Martial arts is a beautiful practice in the shape of sports, art, and even nationalistic tradition. The next question is, how does your product engage with audiences and how would it be distributed as a real media text? My product engages with my audience in a way that it illustrates a conversation between peer to peer. It creates an interesting attention grabber for my audience that I am trying to achieve. My magazine contains a casual tone while still being educational and entertaining, which adds more entertaining purposes that is able to maintain the people interested in my magazine. I did this in order to have a wider audience for my articles. This invites a large variety of ages to give martial arts a try without forcing them to feel overwhelmed at the information I show them. I ended up being greatly inspired by other martial art and Y2K magazines because I wanted to attract a younger generation of an audience to martial arts without scaring them off with the brutal expectations that has been placed on the tradition and practice. As for the ways it will be distributed, it will be shared on stores with sport products and online for a broader audience. I took some inspiration from this, and it is similar to the ESPN and Sports Illustrated magazines. This would not only bring an audience of people interested in the sport, but also customers from the store. Ultimately, my product engages with my audience by providing a layout which is both organized and entertaining. It is a magazine which invokes those who are interested in martial arts and a younger audience who is interested in sports. The third question is, how did your production skills develop throughout this project? Throughout this project, my production skills developed in several areas relating to design, photography, and editing. At the beginning of this project, I believed I already had strong experience with photo editing and creating designs in Canva because of other class experience. But I realized there were many areas where I could improve. One of the biggest skills I developed was learning how to design pages more professionally. At first, some of my magazine pages looked too simple or too crowded, which brought a lot of attention to the wrong things. After listening to feedback, I started paying more attention to things like spacing, alignment, and how images and text work together in a page. I also experimented with different fonts, colors, and layouts to make the magazine more interesting and organized. Another skill I improved was photo editing. Even though I had used photo editing tools before, this project helped me understand how to adjust lighting, contrast, and cropping so that my images looked clear and more visually appealing. Since my magazine was about martial arts, I wanted the photos angles to capture movement, strength, and energy. Learning how to choose the right photos and edit them properly helped me feel more professional. I also became better at using Canva as a design platform. At first, I started using my own templates, but I later realized at first I started using my own templates, but I later realized that I should take inspiration from people because I wasn't as experienced as I thought I would be. I learned how to add layers, elements, and shapes. Overall, this project helped me realize that production skills always have room for improvement. Overall, this project helped me realize that production skills always have room for improvement. The feedback I received from my classmates and the time I spent revising my work helped me become more confident in my design. By the end of the project, I felt that my martial arts magazine looked more polished and professional than when I started. For the last question, how did you integrate technologies such as hardware, software, and online technologies in this project? As for the technology I used in this magazine, I used an iPhone 15, a normal iPhone 15, but it took great pictures because of its 48 MP camera, and my iPad to create the designs. As for editing the images, I used Adobe Lightroom, a professional photo editing app made by Adobe, and Apple's built-in photo editing. I use Lightroom for its intricate and professional app design for complex edits while using the iPhone's built-in image editing for simple edits. This allowed me to have more creative freedom while keeping simplicity within the editing process. To find magazine inspiration, I used Pinterest, which is a social media service for publishing and finding information in the form of pin boards. Similarly, I also used Google, which allowed me to find popular and attractive martial arts magazine layouts. For the templates, I used Canva, and I was inspired of other templates but adjusted them to fit my magazine. In conclusion, technology played a huge role in this product, and I wouldn't have been able to finish this project without the variety of tools I had in these applications.